And now it's time to glue the arched braces to the soundboard. We'll start with the X braces. This is all done in stages. This video represents several days' work. You would glue one brace, clamp it down, let it set overnight, come back, take it out of the clamps, glue the second brace, the third, the fourth. Tight bonds you can take out of clamps within a couple of hours, but these braces are arched and they cause the top of the guitar to conform to the arch that they have carved into them. And so there is tension on the joints. So in order to make absolutely certain that the joint is solid, I leave it overnight. You can see a little bit of blue tape on that one X brace. That's so that it won't glue to the soundboard. I'm going to glue I put them together to make sure they're in the right position. And now I'll glue the one brace and pull that other one out of the way while I clamp this the rest of the way down and let it cure. And you can see the soundboard is already trying to pull into the arch. And I have little slats that go all the way underneath, and that will help spread the clamping pressure a bit as well. And you see I've removed that one X brace and we're working on just a single X brace, clamping it down. These are probably the most important braces on the soundboard. They are what gives it its structural integrity and also imparts the type of tone it will have to it. And now I'm back to glue up the second X brace after the other has set in the clamps overnight. And put a little bit of glue there in the joint. And you won't see me do it, but when you see these braces glued up and I begin to shape them, that'll be at a future video, you'll see that I'll put a little wooden cap across the intersection of the X brace, because that's that's where most all of the tension in the top is going to be, the greatest force, and so you want something to reinforce that joint. I know I didn't quite say that right, but yeah, it's a critical junction. And it's a pretty tight joint. I had to work with it a bit to get it to lock down. And you don't see it a lot, if any, in this video, but I do go back after I get all the clamps down and clean all the glue squeeze out and stuff away from the braces while the glue is still soft. There you see, doing a bit of cleanup there. And now we're on to the tone bars. And you'll see as I begin to put glue on these and put them down onto the soundboard, how much the soundboard is already conformed to this arch. You'll see as I lay this down there that it is pretty closely following the arch on this brace. And you want to be careful with these. I don't have anything that lines these up. When you look at the X braces, I had a bridge plate and the other flat braces that I had previously glued on here to kind of sort of where the X brace sort of fit in between all of those. On these tone bars I don't. It has to be in a certain position. And I have it marked on the soundboard, but I'll still go back as I glue these down and measure to make certain that I get them in the right place. And you see me trying to find a way to squeeze a clamp in there. The clamps are these are what I've got, so it's like you use them, you figure it out. You can see I got good squeeze out of the glue. Now we're going to do the second tone bar. And from what I understand, these tone bars affect the bass of the guitar. And if they're kind of straight and evenly spaced from each other, that is supposed to give you a little bit better or a little bit more emphasis on the bass. And if they spread out a bit, if you spread the ends of them out a bit, that's supposed to kind of tighten up the bass. It's just, I mean, I've no personal experience. It's from research and things of that nature, reading and asking questions on different forums, things like that, to try to understand And it'll just, it'll take me time building, playing them, listening to how they sound, remembering what I did, that kind of deal. And you see that brace is pretty much completely conformed to the top is completely conformed to that brace. There's no space under it or anything like that between it and the top. So, and you see me now making my measurements, making sure they're correct. And I got a couple of longer clamps before I did this. Because keep in mind, like I said, this is several days work. And I used a clamping caul to help spread the pressure of the clamps a bit more. I should have used it on the first one, but it won't hurt anything. It'll be alright. And we will let all of these set, and then we'll move on and to the next video. And I'm not sure whether that'll be bracing the back or carving these braces, but you'll know as soon as I do. God bless you. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.